Welcome to the lightest product configurator guide. The lightest motor is, as the name suggests, the lightest ebike kit. The drive unit only weighs 7 kilograms, that's 9 pounds, and can exert an incredible amount of torque and power, as we'll see that later. In this short video we'll guide you through the selection of the different options, making sure that you'll get a perfect fit for your taste and your bike. You can find the product configurator in our website, www.lightest.bike. At the top of this video, you'll see the bookmarks. Feel free to skip to a specific section. Before starting, please note that you'll always have the updated price of your kit, basing on the choice you make, at the top of the page. Also, please consider that you can buy the system in monthly installments. You'll be able to set that up in the shopping cart, in the payment section. Please also note that the product configurator page might take up to 1 minute to load. So thanks for your patience. Let's begin the configuration of your next ebike kit. Sit back and enjoy. The first thing you want to choose is the motor power. Now, depending on where you live, there may be some restrictions in terms of maximum allowed power. For instance, in Europe, the legal limit is 250 watts for use on public roads, while in USA you can choose the higher power versions, namely 750 watt and 1000 watts. You'll notice that you have two options for the 250 watt motor, the 36 volts and the 48 volts. The 36 volt version is perfect. You're looking for a convenient solution with a small battery, 250 watt hour, that's perfect for rides of 40 kilometers on flat roads. If your bike rides require a larger battery, then you can choose the second option, 250 watts with 48V battery. In this way, you'll be able to pick the larger batteries, up to 800 watt hour, for more than 150 kilometers on flat roads. You can select the power by clicking on the circle to the left side of your desired power version. As you see, the price above will automatically update basing on your choice. Coming back to the motor power, the ones that you see listed are the just nominal power of the motors. Each motor can also exert a maximum power, here in orange, to push you stronger during acceleration or hill climbing. Let's proceed now with the chainring selection. That's the dimension of the chainring which will come with your lightest system. Not sure which one to choose? Just count the teeth on your current chainring and select the closer value. Let's talk now about legal versus off-road. Which one to choose? Let's talk about legal versions first. Legal versions respect the law, so, for instance, a 250 watt motor, in the legal version, will stop assisting at 25 kilometers per hour. A 500 watt motor, in the legal version will also stop at 25 kilometers per hour. The 750 watt legal will reach maximum 32 kilometers per hour, or 20 miles per hour, while the 1000 watt legal will reach 45 kilometers per hour, or 28 miles per hour. Off-road versions are unrestricted in terms of maximum speed. For this reason, you should carefully check the compliance with your local laws. That allows the motor to assist you at faster speeds. If you have a 27-inch wheel bike with a 48V battery, the maximum unrestricted speed will be 32 km per hour on the 250 watt version, 35 on the 500 watt version, 40 km per hour on the 750 watt version, 50 km per hour, or 31 miles per hour, on the 1000 watt version. It's important to notice that, even though the off-road version are not restricted, with the Superhero Pack, that we'll see later, you can restrict the off-road versions to behave as legal versions. The Superhero Pack is an advanced version of the smartphone app which unlocks endless possibilities. One of these is the race button. So an off-road version, without the race button activated, will stop assisting at the matching legal speed. As you activate the race button, the motor will be unrestricted. Again, check your local laws. Next option on the configurator is the chain guard. If you don't have a road bike, then we strongly suggest to get it. It will help you keep your chain on in every condition. It's a nice thing to have. So you can choose yes to this option. Next item is the torque version. The torque is how hard the motor can push you uphill or during acceleration. Torque is measured in Newton meters. If the motor was a human, the pressure on the pedal becomes the torque to push you forward. Standard versions comes with these torque, 70 Newton meter for the 250 watt version, 90 Newton meter for all the other versions. 70 and 90 Newton meters are very high torque rating, enough to push you in the most common situations, on flat roads, or even off-road in hilly tracks. If you're using the lightest for city commuting and you're not living in San Francisco or on the Alps, then you should be covered with the standard versions. If you're looking for carrying extra load, if you're going to ride with your children on your cargo bikes, if you want to conquer the steepest mountain with your mountain bike or road bike, or simply, if your motto is, the more, the better, then you can unlock all the torque of the lightest. That will give you access to an amazing torque, 90 Newton meters for the 250 watt version and 120 Newton meters for all other versions, constantly pushing you wherever you want to go. That's the big topic, which mount should I choose? The answer is within yourself. But it's wrong. Ah ha ha ha. Jokes aside, there's an easy way to understand that. You'll only need a ruler. Let's see how it works. Put your ruler 0 at the center of your bottom bracket as shown here. Now you should rotate the ruler counterclockwise, always pivoting around the bottom bracket center, in red color, while looking at the point, here in purple, where the ruler meets the front outline shape of the bike down tube, here in light blue. So the purple center is the intersection of the light blue line with the ruler. As you rotate the ruler, your purple point will move upward along the frame. When it reaches a point approximately 1 centimeter above your chainring, that's where you want to take the measurement. Please consider that if you use a different chainring, then you have to consider the 10 millimeters above the new chainring you are going to use. Let's zoom a little bit to better understand. In this case, the measured distance between the red and the green centers is roughly 18 centimeters or 180 millimeters or 7 inches. Now everything becomes easy. With that dimension, you can check the mount chart here, and pick your mount. There's a caveat: depending on your down tube shape, the mount can be different, even for the same ruler reading. In fact, a curved down tube which reads between 140 and 180 millimeters, won't work with the medium mount, as the curve will push the motor forward, keeping it detached from the frame, while the hybrid mount will give you the opportunity to follow the curved shape of your frame. You can use the long mount on any type of frame. If none of them fits, then you'll probably need the PAS with dual chain configuration. Also, you'll be able to pick the in-frame mount. We'll see that in 1 minute. Oh, by the way, this is what a curved down tube looks like. You can see the bend in the original picture, while the two red lines show what a straight down tube would look like. I know you knew that, but you never know. As said, if none of them fits, then you'll probably need the PAS with dual chain configuration. As you see, in this configuration you have 2 separated chains. That remove any constraint on how to install the motor. You don't need any more that the motor pinion stays above the chainring. Do you remember those 10 millimeters? With this configuration, those are not necessary. That's perfect for folding bikes, and also when your bike has small wheels but you need to reach faster speeds, as you can exploit an additional reduction stage to multiply the motor output RPMs. That comes with a cost though. You won't be able to use the torque sensor. The system will be only pedal assisted. Now, if you want to be 100% sure, you can download the mount drawings in the compatibility section of the website, or directly in the product configuration. You'll find the drawings in the explanation, down the page. Once you downloaded the mount drawings, you can print them in 1:1 scale. You'll find a rectangle on the drawing with the length of 100 millimeters to check whether the printed drawing is in scale. Then you can cut the outline and place it on the bike to make sure it fits. The result should look like the image on your left. That's the in-frame mount, which is ideal for all the frames which have a curved down tube with enough room to fit the motor in. As a general rule, the motor pinion should keep the chain above the chain ring, ideally 10 mm or more. If you are not sure, feel free to send us an email or contact us by WhatsApp with the picture of your bike. You now have to pick the right battery for you. You can use your own battery. In fact, the lightest kit can use any battery, from 36 volt up to 54 volt as nominal voltage. Even without communication protocol in place, you'll always have a very accurate indication of the residual battery capacity, and that's not common on other brands. If you have your own battery, then you can select the first option. We'll send you the matching connector and you'll find the instruction about how to solder it to your battery in the product manual. Otherwise, feel free to pick the battery which best suits your rides. Please note that, if you're coming from a standard bike, without a motor, your rides will be longer. Considering doubling them is a safe bet. We've already seen that the 220 Wh battery is only 36 volts, so you can use it only on the 250 watt motor. This battery is perfect for urban commuting, or rides of 40 km on flat roads. The 48 volt batteries can fuel your trips from 100 km of the 600 Wh battery, to 120 km of the 670 Wh battery, up to 150 km of the 800 Wh battery. In terms of elevation gain, the first one is suitable for 1,500 meters, the second one for 1,700 meters and the last one 2,000 meters. That is true if you are normally trained. If you're not, then you can consider the half of those values. Next you can select the battery charger. The default option is no charger. Keep that if you already have a battery with the charger, otherwise you can select the 3 amperes charger for the 48 volts batteries, 600, 670 and 800 Wh. Only if you chose the 800 Wh batteries, then you select also the superfast 7 amperes charger. That will complete the charge of your 800 Wh battery in less than 3 hours, where the standard 3 amperes charger would take more than 7 hours. Congratulations, you've just completed the basic setup of your lightest. So, if you want, you can check now the price at the top of the page, on the right-hand section, and if you're satisfied, you can proceed with the checkout, by clicking the Add to Bag blue button at the bottom of the options. You can also explore additional items in the shop, but everything you'll need is here in the product configurator, in the sections below. So, if you want, now you can add some cool features to customize the system to perfectly suit your needs. As you know, you can connect the lightest to your smartphone and, through the app, you can display all the info of the system on your device. During the development of the motor, we got a lot of feedbacks, and we always were looking for the best way to tune the motor. We discovered that there's no one-size-fits-all. Everybody was looking for different behavior of the motor, often the requests were in contrast between themselves. For this reason we decided to give you the opportunity to tune the motor directly on the app, in a quick and easy way. The unlocked features include the anti-theft lock, the heart-based assistance, the telemetry, light control, speed restriction and de-restriction with the race button, and the opportunity to have your motor behave exactly as you like. You will have both unlocked app features, such as the opportunity to customize virtually anything, and hardware parts, such as the splitter connector and throttle. The splitter will allow you to connect all the supported features, such as brake sensors, gear sensor and throttle to the motor cable. You can also order the superhero pack later. Even after you'll have received your motor, you'll just have to pay for the additional shipment cost of the hardware parts associated with the superhero pack. If you don't want to put your expensive phone on your handlebar, we offer you some extremely rugged smartphones, shockproof and waterproof, at a very convenient price. You'll find those just below the superhero pack, in the product configurator. You don't need to put a SIM card in it for it to work. It just needs the Bluetooth connection. You can also get a rugged phone holder. You will also need the superhero pack if you want to connect the following accessories: lights, brake sensor, to disengage the motor when you brake, cardio belt, to have the assistance based on your heart's beats per minute, gear sensor, to disengage the motor while shifting. That's very handy if you love the single tracks or if you want to extend the transmission component's life. Next item is the crankarm spline. If you don't know what's that, then square taper will work for you. That's the spline of the bottom bracket spindle you want. Feel free to select the one you prefer. Going ahead, we need the bottom bracket dimension. Basing on that, we'll send you the matching bottom bracket. If you don't know that, you can skip that by selecting I don't know. We'll contact you and figure that out together. We have matching bottom brackets for virtually any existing bike. Otherwise, if you know that, just select yours. After that, you'll find the accessories section, in which you can choose different add-ons to your system. Feel free to choose yours. Please note that you'll be able to buy those as a second step as well. I hope that this video provided you an overview about the potential of the lightest and will be a clear guide through the configuration of your system. For any question, feel free to contact us via WhatsApp, email or phone. All the best and enjoy your rides.